Thank you, Sheriff. For the record, I'm not sure that Taylor Swift flies supersonic. Just want to make note. Gentleman from Massachusetts, Mr. Auchincloss, recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. And I want to second what the Chairman said about the imperative for the Senate to pass the FAA reauthorization. This committee did good work, bipartisan work, and it needs to happen in the Senate now. Mr. Whitaker, you were earlier getting questions from my Republican colleagues about migrant housing at the airports. By statute, FAA has jurisdiction over airside, not landside operations at airports, correct?
That's correct, sir.
And there is one instance of the airside of an airport asking to house migrants, correct?
That's my understanding.
And there has been no documentation of airside safety being impeded at that one airport, JFK, correct?
That is the standard, yes.
And is the FAA an aeronautical safety organization, or is it an immigration agency?
Our mission is safety, sir.
The hardworking men and women of Border Patrol, which actually is this government's immigration agency, have endorsed the Senate's bipartisan deal on border security, which is a tough and fair compromise to address the migrant surge. And if my Republican colleagues are so concerned about solving this problem, I suggest that they stop asking you, sir, for answers and start asking Speaker Johnson for answers. And question number one might be, are you Donald Trump's campaign manager, or are you Speaker of the House? Sir, back to your job. You authorized the MAX airplane to fly again after the Alaska Airlines accident. Why do you believe the MAX airplane is now safe?
So the MAX 9 was grounded because of concerns about the quality of manufacturing for the plug door. So the focus of that airworthiness directive was to inspect those aircraft and come up with a repair that would ensure that it met the standard of safety built into the certification of the aircraft. Once that inspection and repair scenario was agreed upon, then the aircraft was allowed to return to service.
Now, in 2020, you took back, not you, but the FAA took back airworthiness ticketing from Boeing. What did that do for oversight of Boeing then, and was that oversight sufficient given the problems it has had at factories regarding the MAX 9?
So I wasn't there at the time, as you noted. I guess I would say in retrospect, and given what happened with the plug door, it's hard to call that oversight sufficient. So we're looking at that process and what additional steps need to be taken to make sure that that oversight is sufficient.
Last August, the FAA announced almost $45 million in funding for Boston Logan International Airport to simplify the airfield layout and reduce the risk of runway incursions. Can you speak to how investments like that will improve passenger safety and any other work the FAA is doing to reduce the risk of near misses?
So issues that happen in the airport environment and on runways, each airport is unique. It has its own geometry, and certain geometries create natural situations that can cause confusion. So trying to, and we call them hotspots, trying to identify those hotspots and correct them either through signage, lighting, or sometimes moving taxiways is highly effective in keeping them safer. So the good news about these type of events is there are really straightforward solutions, and we've been deploying those solutions.
I want to join my colleagues in saying how happy we are to have you in this position, how qualified I think you are for this job, and looking forward to seeing the work that you can do for maintaining and improving America's gold standard reputation for airline safety.
Thank you.
Yield back, Mr. Chair.